Hi, my name's Lewis Brundish, and I'm game director at Endreams.
And what are you folks showing here at Pre-E3 Judges Week?
So we're showing our latest game, Phantom Covert Ops, which is a stealth game coming to Quest and Rift later this year.
So let's talk about what makes this game very unique and different than maybe some other shooters. You're in a military kayak?
Yeah, so absolutely. The really unique element of the game is that you play it in a military kayak, as you said, and it's the whole environment that you're in is completely flooded and underwater, and it's just this really unique and interesting method of moving around freely on the water. So it's totally comfortable. You can play it seated, you can play it for extended periods of time, and it just enables you to go wherever you want in a really tactile, intuitive way.
Yeah, so, locomotion is a huge thing in VR, and you made a point during your presentation that you were not going to be using thumbstick locomotion. Talk about how you folks iterated upon your kind of locomotion engine for the game, maybe other games that you looked to for inspiration, or things that you did within your team to come up with something that felt super immersive like your game.
Okay, cool. So, as you said, we wanted to make the most immersive experience that we possibly could in VR, and something that we wanted to try and do away with was any abstraction. So we didn't want you to push a stick to move or press a button to teleport. We wanted you to feel that every movement you made was completely one-to-one and just replicated in the game perfectly. And so we went through a great deal of iterations of the movement. We always knew that we were going to use a kayak because we could see the potential there for the movement option and the setting and everything else. We went through a ton of iterations, and where we've landed, we feel, is just the right sweet spot where people who have been kayaking for years can jump into the game and it feels right to them. I don't know if you've ever kayaked before? Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're evidence then. You seem to get on with it okay. But at the same time, people who've never been in a boat before can control it as well. And there's just this feeling when your movement is completely one-to-one, every action that you take is replicated perfectly in the game. We never cheat, we never teleport you, we never take you out of it. And so we find that people just totally lose themselves in the game and feel immersed. And
another thing that I thought was really fun and kind of cool was the sniping in the game. I kind of was joking with you while I was playing my demo. I ran out of ammo because I was enjoying it so much. But when you're aiming down the sights, when you have your up to your eye, you literally have to close one eye. Yep. So as someone who's designing games stereoscopically, what kind of challenge is that to come up with? When did you guys figure out that aspect of this? Because it's really, it's a funny little thing, but it really added to the immersion.
Yeah. So every little element of the game is something that we thought about for a long time and iterated on for a long time. And as you say, we're really just trying to nail the feeling of like, oh, I am really here and this is all real. So another point we were making about the sniper rifle is you were kind of saying that you noticed a bit of a sway on the sniper scope, and was that built into the animation? And it's not, that's your hand swaying. And so we don't have a hold your breath button. If you want to steady your hand, hold your breath and steady your hand, the sniper went through a ton of iteration, as with the boat, as with everything, but we're really happy with how it's turned out.
And then that's not the only weapon you have. You're giving the player 3 guns and also explosives that can be remotely detonated. So it's a lot of things at your disposal.
Yeah, so as with all good stealth action games, we want there to be multiple options for how you can approach everything. So you've got the silenced pistol on your chest, you've got the MP5 on your back, and a sniper rifle on the side of the kayak. All of them offer different ways to play. As you said, you've got the explosives, and in the full game we're going to be offering you more weapons and equipment that you can unlock and try things in different ways. We just wanted to cater for as many play styles as possible and make sure that there's real meaningful replay value, and people can get a lot out of it on their first run through, and then when returning to play the game again, just making sure there's as much depth there as possible.
Kind of going to that, the level design of the game, I noticed that there were times where you provided maybe 2 or 3 paths to players, and there's like the sneaky way or the you're going to have to kill a bunch of dudes way.
Yeah. So, we're trying to create these environments. Again, the kayak is just such a satisfying movement mechanic, and it lets you move around so freely that we want to make sure that, yeah, there's always branching paths, there's always different ways you can explore around the base and discover things. You might have seen at the end of the demo we had a results screen that has like some stats and then some medals on it. We'll be rewarding you for playing the game in different ways and exploring and discovering different things, so there should always be a reason to come back to a level, play it again, play it differently, find out what you missed.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something where people are going to try to, like, which of the superlatives they'll go after, like furthest snipe or fastest completion or whatever.
Yeah, we found as soon as we added those stats to the game, all the devs in the office would just be staying into the evening trying to beat each other's times and furthest headshots, and even the guys helping us work the booths today before the journalists got here, they were all just playing frantically and trying to outdo each other on those statistics, so we're really excited to see what people can do with it.
Yeah, I think it's really funny. The locomotion and how natural it is, it led to me running into things kind of stupidly. There were a few times where I'm like, oh my God, I've made a terrible mistake. But do you think it's possible to play this in a run and gun fashion?
So the balance that we're trying to go for is that you should be able to gun your way out of scenarios. Like if something goes wrong, then shooting is always an option, but we don't want it to be an option for the entire level. It is a stealth game ultimately, so yeah, you can use your ammo and weapons kind of tactically if you prepare for it, and absolutely you can do a loud run through. I did a run through this morning where 28 kills, blew everything up, killed everyone, but it's hard.
Yeah, and I think there's no ammo pickups on the level, so you make it very much about conserving your ammo for the proper times.
Yeah. So currently in this demo, there's no ammo pickups. That might be something that we're working on. But however we end up using it, it'll definitely be. We're trying to set up a situation where going loud is always an option, but you can't do it sustainably for the entire level.
And then, so which platforms is this coming out on? When will it be available?
So this is coming out on the Oculus Quest, the Oculus Rift, and the Rift S, and it's going to be available later this year.